welcome to your Right There, WEC's new TV series, which takes you right where history is being made. It's March 5th, 1770, and we take you to the British colony in North America. The people who live here call it America. As you may know, the British colony in North America have been having issues with the King of England over taxes. For more on this, we take you to Boston, Massachusetts at the time, reporter Jaden.
Action.
Thank you, Aisha. The British troops have set up camp here on the Boston Common, and the people of Boston are not happy about it. I can tell you that. Here come some citizens now. Hello, citizens.
You mean us?
Yes. What do you think about the British troops being here?
Well, I think it's a disgrace. A disgrace. We're Americans. We're not British any longer. Since we don't have the rights that British citizens get, why should we pay their taxes? They don't ask us what we want, but they sure are quick to send soldiers to keep us quiet. A disgrace, that's what it is. No taxation without representation.
Thank you. Sir, officer, British soldier, hello?
What is it?
Americans are saying,
I heard what they said, but why do you call them Americans? They're British citizens just like I am, and they should be loyal to the king whether they like him or not.
well, they think.
They think. Who cares what they think? I'm a loyal British subject, and I never think for myself. So why should Americans think when we British don't?
But it's important what the people say.
No, it's not. Who cares what the people say? In Britain, we only listen to what the king says. The people, no. The king, yes.
But isn't it true?
If the king says something is true, then it's true.
Hey, will you stop interrupting already?
I'm sorry, that was rude. A British soldier should never be rude.
You don't think it was rude to seize our property without asking? You don't think it was rude to take Boston Common for your soldiers? You don't think it was rude to deprive us of our rights? You don't think it was rude to close Boston Harbor to our ships?
If you have complaints, you can write a letter to Parliament. Oh, oh, oh.
Well, that sounded pretty rude to me.
I have to go.
What was that?
Those are gunshots. People were yelling at the British soldiers to go home. A few children started throwing snowballs. Then all of a sudden, the British started shooting.
Let's try to find out if anyone is hurt. Here's John Adams. Maybe he can help us. Mr. Adams, Mr. Adams.
Yes, what is it?
He's
I'm very busy right now.
I know, sir, but our audience wants to know what happened.
The British are fighting, that's all we know for sure.
Oh, Mr. Adams, we have a word.
Yes, what is it?
5 have been killed, 5 citizens of Boston.
Oh no.
One of them is Crispus Attucks, a freed man, a former slave, and a sailor.
Crispus Attucks is a member of the Sons of Liberty. I know him.
Kill the British. Let's get our own guns and shoot them down.
No,
But they shot our citizens. They must be punished.
and they will be, but by the law, not by the guns of a mob.
But they used their guns to kill us.
And they will be punished for that. But we Americans believe in justice, even if the British do not. I'm a lawyer, and I will defend the British soldiers, even if I hate everything they're doing here. Come, my fellow citizens, let us discuss this together.
Well, there you have it. For the first time, British soldiers have killed American citizens. This could mean war. Now back to Aisha in our studios.
Thank you, Jaden. That's all from Boston. It appears that King George has asked to give his side of the story. We now take you to WBEC's at the time. Reported in London. Take it away, Mariama.
Thank you, Aisha. All right, Mr. King, what do you have to say?
Your Highness.
What?
The proper term is Your Highness.
Whatever, go ahead.
What do I do? Look this way and start talking. Alright. I'm King George III. Your king and the only king you're going to have. And everyone must have a king, and I'm a king. Thank you very much.
Your Highness.
What?
The Americans?
Ah yes, you people call yourselves Americans. I've heard you been saying some not very nice things about me. Now haven't you?
Like what?
Well, a lot of them think that he's a tyrant.
What?
I only meant that that's what they say you are. I think you're very nice.
Oh.
What else?
They say that he doesn't care about their problems, that he's mean and arrogant and bossy. They call him that all the time, man.
Stop it! Who cares what they say? They're wrong. I'm right. I'm the king and they're not. That's all. The end.
So you can raise taxes anytime you want to, you don't have to ask anybody?
Ask anybody? Who's the king around here? You or me?
And the Stamp Act and Township Act and all those other things that you parliamented imposed on the colonies?
Complaint, complaint, complaint. That's what these Americans do. What do they think this is, a democracy? Well, this year King say goodbye. And remember, pay those taxes.
So you heard it here first from the King George III says,
Brilliant. That part about this not being a democracy. Complain, complain, complain.
Justin is standing by the Boston Harbor where some sort of activity is taking place.
Thank you, Aisha. As you can see, I'm standing here by the Boston Harbor. There seems to be people here. They look like Native Americans. Let's see if we can speak with one of them. Sir?
Yes.
Wait, you're not Native American?
No, actually, my name is called Revere. I'm a silversmith. I make the finest silver mugs and bowls in Boston. I also make golden teeth. See? Come to my modern shop in Beacon Hill in Boston. There you will find...
Mr. Revere,
Sorry.
can you tell our viewers what you were doing here today?
You've heard about the tax on tea that King George and his parliament have tried to impose on us?
Of course.
We've decided to show the king exactly how much we don't like his taxes. Here, let Sam Adams explain. He's the head of the Sons of Liberty.
As long as there are British taxes on this tea, we're not going to let it off the boat. So since they won't take it back to England, we're going to dump the tea in Boston Harbor. Let the fish drink tea tonight.
You'd rather dump the tea than pay the taxes on it?
We've been willing to pay the tax if it were our tax, if we got to decide about it.
How about a tax to support the poor people of Boston? Or a tax to help fix our roads? Or a tax to help our schools?
But the king and the parliament want to tax our tea to pay for their empire and the wars, and that we won't do. That's why me and my friends are going to dump the tea. Come on, let's dump the tea. 3, 2, 1.
Well, there it is. All the tea gone splash into the water. King George isn't going to be happy about this. Let's see what he has to say about this.
I'm not happy at all. How dare these Americans take my tea and dump it into the ocean like that? Happy at all. How dare these Americans dump my tea into the ocean like that? What's happening in this world when people think they have the right to make up their own rules?
Well, there you have it. King George is getting angrier by a minute. Stay tuned, viewers, and we'll see what happens. But we now fast forward to our next scene. Let's take a break for a commercial. We'll be right back.
3.
You should really drink our tea, the best that any tea can be. It's better than those British brands, with taxes no one understands. So be sure to drink our tea, it tastes good and you'll be free.
Now for a special bulletin. Paul Revere, you remember that silversmith from Boston had just reported the British had sent 700 troops to march on the towns of Lexington and Concord, Massachusetts. Mr. Revere has writing all night, the British are coming, and calling out to the Minutemen to defend the towns. A group of patriots has gathered in the square of Lexington. Is now headed off. We now take you there.
Thank you, Aisha. British troops are everywhere. I'm right in the middle of them now. Officer, I just have a few questions.
What?
What are you British soldiers doing here?
Marching on Concord. Our spies tell us there are arms and weapons hidden there. How did you know we were here?
This is our country. Anything that happens, we pass the word. Don't look now, but there are 300 Minutemen on the Concord Bridge waiting for you.
300? Ha! There are 700 of us.
300 of us can beat 700 of you any day. We're not going to stop fighting until you go back to England. No matter how many of you there are, we are still going to win because this is our country and we're fighting for our homes and families.
How? Well, I guess we showed him. Let's go back to Aisha.
What was that? It sounds like shooting has broken out on Lexington Green.
Yes, Aisha, we have shooting here on the Lexington Green. 8 Minutemen have been killed in the fighting. Looks like our War of Independence has started for real.
Let's now fast forward to June 1775. Come in, Elle.
Like to me, it's General George Washington, the new commander-in-chief.
War is a terrible thing. Make sure everyone understands that this is going to be a difficult war. Many will die, but we must fight to be free. Dr. Franklin, hello Ben. It seems our war of independence has begun.
Yes, we knew it would, didn't we?
We're going to win in the end, aren't we, Ben?
It's our country journal. We must be independent and we'll never be free. It will be difficult, but we will win.
I hope you're right. Anyway, as I've heard you say, we must indeed all hang together, or most assuredly, we shall all hang separately.
That's right, we're rebels now. There's a price on our heads.
Where are you going?
I'm going back to Philadelphia. Richard Henry Lee of Virginia has proposed to the Second Continental Congress.
Finally, we've been waiting for this moment. What did he say?
I have it here. He proposed that these united colonies are to be free.
Finally, we've waited a long time for this moment. What did he say?
I have it here. He proposed that these united colonies are a right to be free and international state. This will surely make our friend John Adams happy. He has fought independence all his life. Will you go to Philadelphia with George?
No, it is my job to lead the army. It has much to do before we can be a free nation. What about you?
I wouldn't miss it anything in the world, or they should be reading the Declaration of Independence anytime now.
I wish I could be there, Ben. It would be a special moment. Come here.
There go two of the most important leaders of our country. Amazing men. Now we go to our studios in Philadelphia.
I'll bring you a special interview with the leading patriot, Betsy Ross. Miss Ross, is it true that George Washington himself asked you to make the flag?
Yes, it is. General Washington and Albert Morris of New Jersey asked me to make it. As you can see, I'm sewing on 13 red and white stripes, but I'm also adding stars.
Why both stars and stripes?
The stripes represent our original colonies that will soon be states in the new United States of America. But my hope is that America will keep on growing. Each state will have its own star. Can you imagine? Someday we will even have 20 or even 30 states.
Wow.
That's a lot of sewing to do. I'd better get back to work.
Well, thank you, Miss Ross, for your time. Would you like to join us for the reading of the Declaration of Independence?
Yes, I'd like that very much.
Now for the big moment. It's July 4th, 1776. We're here at the Independence Hall in Philadelphia. We are about to witness an extraordinary event. In just a moment, Thomas Jefferson will be reading from the Declaration of Independence to the delegates from all 13 colonies. Here he is now.
Honored delegates, as you know, the purpose of this declaration is to put our cause out into the world in language so clear that it commands their understanding and agreement. Mr. Adams, do you have something to add?
Thank you, Mr. Jefferson. I just only want to remind the delegates that this is only the beginning. We have debated, argued, and compromised, but there is much more to be done.
We have not ended slavery as many of us wanted, but we will keep working until every American is free, no matter what color
Or religion.
Or background.
We promise to all of you.
And we promise America will always be free.
Could I read the Declaration, Mr. Jefferson?
Why, of course, the Declaration belongs to all of us.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That was fantastic. Congratulations. The Declaration of Independence is now official. We'll now have to fight for war now. Let's see what the citizens of America have to say now. Citizens, what do you pursue for the life of happiness?
I want to be a doctor. I want to be a teacher. I want to be an inventor. I have a way to use electricity. Electricity? Right. One day Ben Franklin was flying a kite and lightning came down the string. It made a key light up. He calls it electricity. He says there might be a way to use it in our homes. I want to figure out how.
Good for you.
I want to start my own business. In America, I can be anything I choose to be. I want to be a rock star.
A rock star? What's a rock star?
I don't know, but it sounds cool.
I want to have a family. In America, all children can go to school.
In America, we can be what we want to be. We can believe in any religion we choose.
In America, we can stand up for what we believe in.
In America, we can decide about our own government.
In America, we are the government.
Well, there you have it. That's what the citizens of America have to say. Today is July 4th, 1776. Tune in next time to see how the rest of the story comes out. For now, this is Aisha saying goodbye from Philadelphia.